I'm excited we finally got to play somebody else publicly. I'm pleased with the effort that we gave for the most part. I think we still have a lot of things that we can build upon. You know, the important thing, even though we held them to 20-something field goal percentage and we shot a high percentage and held them to 12% from the three-point line, we've got to get a lot better on that end of the floor. We got good looks, but part of that's nerves. I mean, we got 81 shots on goal. 31 of those were threes. I'm fine with the percentage we shot. I thought we got a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued late, and then I thought nerves got us early, but that's why you do this. So moving forward, we're going to take tomorrow off and then prep for a good Bluefield College team on Friday. I'm looking forward to trying to get the first stop and the first score.
You mentioned becoming tired and fatigued towards the end of the game. One of the things we saw a lot during the game was substitutions. I mean, it seemed like every time we turned around, there were 2 or 3, 4 new bodies coming onto the floor. What's the theology behind that?
Yeah, I can't tell you all that. No, I'm just kidding. Just trying to keep fresh legs and put kids in the right situations where they can afford to be most successful and our team can be most successful. There's 2 things I want for our team and our girls collectively and individually. I want them to be healthy first and happy second. I want them to have healthy bodies and healthy experiences first, whether they like it or not. And then I want the same thing for our team. I want to try and put us in the right situations where we can be healthy, the best we can be, and then we can enjoy it as much as we can within those means. So we're putting them in a situation where we feel like they can be most successful and our team can be most successful, which requires some odd substitution patterns, but it's something that I'm just tinkering with. I don't know if we'll stick with it or not. The kids have to buy in, and if they buy in, we'll be good at it. If they won't, we won't be very good, and we'll try and do something else. So that's kind of the philosophy behind it, but I know it's a little unorthodox, and I'm fine with that.
With that many new faces, you have some odd combinations anyway. Were you pleased with what you saw in combinations?
I don't know that I'm ever going to be pleased, to be honest with you, and that's a blessing and a curse. It's one of the reasons I think that I've been able to have success as a coach, but it's another, I don't enjoy it very much some nights. So it's all in all, I mean, I like that we held them to somewhat, on a field goal percentage, and I like that we got so many shots on goal, but I'd like to be a lot better in a lot of different areas, and that's what we'll talk about on Wednesday.
So the substitution, does that go along with your fast-paced mentality?
A little bit. It's hard to tell, man. We're trying. They've changed the rules in women's basketball that they're trying to get numbers up. Well, I think that benefits us this year. I don't know that it always will, but I think it does this year. But we're not afraid to grind it out with the roster that we have on the floor or mix things up and try and create some problems for the other end. So it can fit into the full tilt if they'll buy into it. Whether they bought into it or not, I don't know. This is the first time we really tried it, so we'll kind of have to see. And I always ask them how you feel about it, how they feel about what's going on the floor. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes.
How did they feel after the game?
I think they're glad to have it over with, if that makes sense. Here's the funny thing about being a student athlete. You don't fully enjoy it until it's over. And I think it's hard to enjoy college athletics while you go through it. I think that's hard to do. I didn't. And that's why our staff busts our tail every day to try and make it as good as possible. Now, that functioning within, we want to be healthy first. But we try very hard to put them in an environment that is comfortable for them. But I think that they're glad to have the nerves out of the way. They're glad to get, playing in front of a crowd out of the way. But there's always going to be new. When you have so many new faces, we're not that experienced.
Right.
We're not very experienced. So, I think they're just glad to have it out of the way, but I'm sure that the girls will be here in a minute, and they'll be able to tell you how they feel about it.
Coach, talk a little bit about Aaliyah Scott tonight. She had 23 points.
Yeah, she's a JUCO All-American, and you could see kind of in the first half. I think she had 18 in the first half, and we kind of let off the gas a little bit in the second half. But she's long, and when she didn't finish some plays, I thought she had shot a high percentage from the field. She was like 10 or 15 from the field, but the plays she missed were plays from fatigue. She's got to get better on the defensive end of the floor, and she's constantly working to do that. But she sure is a joy to have on our roster and not play against. That's for sure.
One of the things that stands out on the stat sheet was you brought in 59 rebounds as a team, 24 on the offensive glass and then 35 on the defensive side. Is that something you really focused on, getting those rebounds and getting those second chance points on offense and get the ball back.
Yeah, it's we want to get as many possessions as we can and limit their possessions. So defensive rebound, we want to limit them to one shot, and then we want to, we want to try and get more possessions, more shots on goal, and I didn't think the spread of, I can't remember exactly what it was, even though I'm, as you can tell, I'm consumed with numbers. I didn't think the spread at the halftime on the rebounding margin was enough. So it was, I thought we did a better job in that in the second half and extended the lead in the rebound category. But yes, it's going to be a focus. It's a huge factor to get more possessions and limit theirs. So we want to be relentless on the glass.